Are you tired? Not just physically, but on a deeper level? That exhaustion that doesn't go away with vacations, coffee, or even a full weekend of sleep. You wake up already exhausted. You look at your phone and feel the weight of the world. You go through your routine, but inside, it feels like you're emptying out. But tired. Of what exactly? Socrates, 2,400 years ago, without cell phones, traffic, or bills, already said that living without examining your own life is like running without knowing where you're going. And this, perhaps, is the root of modern exhaustion. The fatigue of aimlessness. We constantly say we're busy, full of tasks, of commitments, but if someone asks, why all this? Often we don't know how to answer. This is the fatigue of aimlessness, the kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from effort itself, but from the absence of purpose. You know what's ironic? Many people spend more energy avoiding thinking about this than actually resolving what's behind it. Socrates didn't write books. He walked the streets of Athens asking questions that challenged other certainties. One of the most important was, do you know why you live this way? For him, the most dangerous ignorance wasn't not knowing things about the world, but not knowing oneself. Because a person who doesn't know their own motives, fears, and values will live by the motives, fears, and values of others. And that, my friend, is exhausting. The anesthesia of routine. Waking up, checking your phone, going to work, coming back, watching something on a screen, sleeping. Repeat. How many people live like this for weeks, years, decades? This automatism destroys something Socrates considered essential, the awareness of living. When we don't realize we're living, the world just becomes a background. Nothing has flavor, everything loses its sparkle. You're not present, you're just functioning. The Bible already warned us. In Matthew 11, Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This verse speaks of a tiredness that isn't physical. It's the burden of living without direction, of trying to carry everything alone, of seeking meaning in things that will never fulfill you. And he continues, "Take my yoke upon you, and you will find rest for your souls." In other words, perhaps true rest doesn't come from stopping, but from finding the right path to follow. Too much freedom, too much comparison. Today we have too much freedom, and that's exhausting. Socrates spoke of the importance of asking questions to guide life, but we are bombarded by options all the time. What to eat, what to wear, what to watch, what to follow. Excessive freedom without purpose becomes a mental burden. It's like being lost in a mall with 200 stores, but not knowing what you want to buy. Socrates lived in a time when comparison was done face to face. Today we compare our lives to edited highlights of others' lives. You see someone else's success and feel like a failure. You see another's joy and feel inadequate. But all this comes from outside, and as Socrates himself said, the happy life is one that is in harmony with the soul. If you live measuring yourself by what's outside, your soul tires, your being depletes. In Ecclesiastes, one of the Bible's most profound books, the author says, "Meaningless, meaningless, utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless." He speaks of the emptiness of chasing after the wind, of working without knowing why, of achieving without knowing what to do with what you've achieved. It's the same echo that appears in Dostoevsky, Camus, Sartre, and it's the same one Socrates tried to combat with a simple question. But why? How to break free? Start by questioning. When you wake up, ask, why am I going to do what I'm going to do today? Distrust ready-made answers. The world will tell you that you need to earn more, appear more, do more, but does that come from you? Be silent. Take moments for nothingness. Silence reveals things that noise hides. Pray, not as someone repeating formulas, but as someone who wants to listen. Socrates didn't promise answers. Jesus, too, often returned questions. Perhaps because the path to inner peace isn't in finding all the answers, but in accepting the challenge of living awake. You are tired, but perhaps not from what you do, perhaps from what you don't allow yourself to feel, to think, to perceive. Share in the comments below, what part of your exhaustion has no name? If this touched you in some way, subscribe to the channel. We'll continue this journey together. See you in the next video.